Hi friends, it's Blair from Hey Look I Made This, and today I'm going to teach you how to do the purl stitch. This is part of my How to Knit series for beginners, so if you want to learn how to cast on, cast off, knit, make sure that you are following my channel and go watch those videos. The purl stitch is another beginner stitch that's going to be something you use all the time, so let's go learn it. Okay friends, today we are going to learn how to do the purl stitch. Like I said earlier, this is the exact opposite of the knit stitch, but when you learn how to do this, you'll be able to create some really cool fabrics and patterns, so let's get started. Today I'm using a US size 10, also known as a 6mm needle, and mine are circular, but you can use straight needles as well, just whatever you've got. And then I am working with this bulky weight yarn. This is Cascades 128 Superwash in Dusty Blue. It's nice and soft and squishy and a really great one if you are just getting started. I've cast on 12 stitches here. If you have not learned how to cast on yet, go ahead and watch that video because that's how you're going to get your yarn onto your needles. And let's go ahead and start purling. So you'll see here we have our tail, which is from our cast on, and then we have this ball that's the string that's connected to the yarn, and that's going to be our working yarn. So when you're doing this, you want to make sure your tail is in the back because we are not going to be using that. Okay, so when we purl, instead of going in from left to right, we're going to be going in from right to left. So you also want to make sure this yarn here, our working yarn, is in the front of your work instead of the back. Okay, so here we go. We are going to put that needle from right to left into that first stitch, and then we're going to take our yarn and you're going to wrap it around the top. So if it's tucked underneath here, you want it in front. And then we're going to wrap it counterclockwise and then grab it right there. See how we're pulling it through on the back end. And then we will go ahead and pull that first stitch off. And now we have our first stitch over here. So let's do that a few more times. Right to left, counterclockwise, and then pull that through. And then off the end. Okay, really up close this time. Right to left, counterclockwise, grab it when you pull it through, and off the needle. There we have 3 stitches. So let's go ahead and knit across, and I will show you at the last one what we are going to do. Okay, so now we've got 2 stitches left on here, and this is when sometimes it can get a little tricky because they can slide off. So sometimes I find it helpful to just hold this finger here to keep them on. So we're going to go ahead and purl this one just as we did before. And same thing with the last one. So the reason I just wanted to point this out again is just that it can slip off really easily. It's okay. If it does slip off, you can just slide it back on. So we're going to go from right to left and through the front of the needle, or sorry, the front of the stitch, and then counterclockwise around, and then pull it right off. And there you have it, 1 purl row. And the biggest difference you'll see with the purl and knit row is on a knit row, it's got this kind of more smooth finish in the front. And the purl row, you have these bumps, often called purl bumps. So again, if we go on to do this in the back side, if we want to start another purl row, we just go ahead and turn our work around, put our needle with all of the stitches on our left hand, and then grab your right hand, bare needle, make sure that yarn is in the front for a purl, and go ahead and we will slide that needle into the front again, wrap it counterclockwise and off. And you just work that all the way across. So if you continue to purl every single row, because this is the exact opposite of the knit stitch, you will also end up with the garter stitch yet again. It's the combination of knits and purls that's going to allow you to create some really pretty fabrics, really smooth ones, or some with some really interesting texture. So that's why this is really an essential skill, and I hope this video has helped you guys master it. I hope you found this video really helpful, and for more knitting tips and tutorials, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time.